Traders, it's Steve with the Stock Index Trading Room, and in this week's weekly recap, we are going to focus on Friday the 24th using primarily the indicator Smart Momentum and how the ultimate trend identification system would have traded this day, this Friday, for our members. We're going to also let you know of a webinar that we're holding next week where we're going to teach Smart Momentum in detail and talk about several different entry methods that are included with it. If you have not read this, please pause the video now and do that. And when when you are finished, come back, join us for the continuation. I've got a lot to cover, so I'm going to speed this up a little bit. The ultimate trend identification system. The goal of the Stock Index Trading Room is to provide trading signals for our members that have a historic track record of two important components. The first being that the historic record of the signals generated are more successful or are successful more often than not. We're going to simply have a high win percentage to give our members an advantage. The second is a historic track record of trade signals that provide larger win sizes, average larger win sizes than average loss sizes when you manage it according to some consistent trade manage program. Now, you would agree when either one of these are present, you could do well. Traders would do well, would be successful. If you combine both of those, then you can have exceptional results. And that's what we work on. That's what we do in a Stock Index Trading Room every day. Two concepts that have changed trading forever. And these are Rob Mitchell. Rob is a World Cup trading champion, and for an extended period in his trading career was the largest Emini trader in the world. And he discovered that order flow leads price movement, and that cycle expansion leads range expansion. Today with Smart Momentum, we're only going to focus on cycle expansion. I do want you to know we're not a one-trick pony. We have several things that we have found to give our members huge advantage in trading, and we exploit every advantage that we have. But today we're only going to focus on Smart Momentum, finding and taking advantage of where Smart Momentum would tell us would be advantageous for us to consider entering the market. This chart from this vertical blue line forward represents Friday, January the 24th. All of our indicators were developed, refined, tested, traded, refined, and so on by Robin's World Cup trading champion and largest E-mini trader in the world, Rob Mitchell. If you have any questions on any of this, please shoot us an email, support@stockindextradingroom.com. And for more information, go to our website, stockindextradingroom.com. So to get the full effect, let's come over here. And this blue vertical line is Friday's open. And we are in a situation to where we would have entered the market long here. And the market really is not doing anything, trying to create a lot of support here. And what happens right off the open is this low got broken to the downside. That's a structure break and a trend change for us. So immediately in the room, we're looking for the market to start to go down. We want to find a qualified entry, but that's the ultimate trend identification system is saying that this should have held structure and it didn't. So the high probable directional bias at this point would be down. And I'm going to show you something here. I want you to notice the market really doesn't do a whole lot. It's sort of wobbling around in here. Smart Momentum is telling us, yeah, nothing to get excited about. But then all of a sudden, in a very tight structure here, you'll notice Smart Momentum really took a big increase. And now we are in an extreme situation. And if you start to look at charts, you'll notice how valuable this situation is. This is called, Rob calls this type 2 divergence. In this first structure divergence, we call a slider, in the fact that price is representing a potential double top here, and smart momentum is saying, okay, get ready for some large range expansion. Okay, so this would be our first entry with smart momentum, and that's all we're going to mark today on our charts. There is a smart momentum, we call this type 2 slider, and that would be an entry, and this arrow was placed on the chart. We talked about this before this bar formed. If this bar forms down, we're going to have a type 2 situation with down structure read, and we're very, very, very confident that that's going to be the results. We're very confident that's going to be the results. Large range expansion, structure break to the downside, type 2 cycling to continue right here. So our next type 2 is more of a traditional. We go from this dot to this dot. I'm not going to teach you how to do this today. We'll talk more about it in detail Wednesday. If you come to the room, you'll watch us draw these constantly throughout the day. So here's another type 2 entry that we enter the market. Now, this unfortunately doesn't work very well. I drew this. I had an arrow. We put an arrow here, and most of our members that have been with us for a period of time sold this. And we have videos about why we would sell that. And we did. Smart momentum was telling us that, hey, we're going to continue to cycle big. If this structure had printed above this structure, had this pullback not been so deep, we would have had a buy situation in here. We'll show you what those look like later, but we didn't have that. Okay, so we didn't get a buy signal off of this, which was good, because you can see the market continues down. Now, what I've done is I think I've drawn the rest of these. I wanted to draw the first two to show you how we do it in the room. To save time, I've drawn the rest of these into the market. And you can see prices here from this high or this high going to this high. We call this a type 2. Now, these we would have had an entry here, and in a minute we're gonna add these up for you in a new tool that we're using and look at how we could maybe could enhance different types of scenario to trade with. So this is kind of cluttered in here. We had a buy. We actually had a buy signal there that did not work. It just simply didn't work. And I wish that never happened, but occasionally it does. And then we track the rest of the day. And to save time, I'm going to do this way. We're going to come up here. This software program is called Trade Markers. Let me pull this up for you. And it is designed, it was designed by, it's available for our members to purchase, designed by a former member. And we have different parameters that we can set in here. Now, to start, we're going to set this, we're going to use a 15 tick stop, and our first threshold for profit is going to be 1 point. Now, we don't trade 1 point for 1 point with a 15 tick stop. So, but to keep the chart clean, and you'll see in a minute what we're talking about, we're going to go ahead and mark these in here for you. So we're going to sell this. We sold that in the room. we're going to sell this type 2. Now, I'm not going to mark this one, although we had that marked in the room, and that was a beautiful trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points before it reversed. We had a sell here. We had a type 2 sell there. Okay. We had one here. We had a buy here. It didn't work. Okay, so now as we're cycling down, we go from this high on this bar. You can see a big move up, price is sort of going sideways. So that would be a sell. Now this is a sell also, but we're going to expand this in a minute. So I'm not going to do both of these because one would run into the other. Now chart trade markers takes care of that for us. We don't have to worry about that. From here to here and here to here, we get another sell. Unfortunately, we don't get anything in here. Our next sell comes late in the cycle. Now, we don't know it's late in the cycle, but it came late in the cycle. When price took out this last type 2, it would give us a reason to look to the upside. In here, a buy type 2 would be this. Price goes higher. Smart momentum comes down and gives us a reversal dot here for a buy. It gives us another buy on this bar here. And then we get a structure break and we get a sell here and then some stuff. We'll go ahead and mark that. That one didn't work. Let's mark that one. We're not going to mark this. This is a buy signal. We're not going to mark this. So let's look. Trade marker will tell us how these signals performed. And for one bar, it was 100%. And you can see the profits that it would generate. 12 signals, all of those were winners. If we wanted to look and see, okay, does this have more staying power than one bar? Then let's add another contract at 2 points, and we'll recalculate that, and you can see 83%. Now, as this trade would move down 8-10 ticks in our favor, our stop certainly would come down with it. We could factor in all of that here, but we don't. You can do that. You can figure out how you want to manage a trade. We can give you indications that we have found to be successful. And then the third thing I always like to look for when I trade is, can I find something that is a greater average win size than in this today, this 15 tick stop never got hit because we were 100%. And so as the trade would work in our favor, we would slide the stop with that. But even leaving it alone, we have a trade that wins 50% of the time, and its average win size is, and again, our average loss with this is about 8 to 9 ticks. So this is 2 times what this is. So it meets all 3 criteria of what we talk about. So had any of our members chosen to trade this scenario, 1 for 1, 1 for 2, 1 for 5 with 15 tick stop, it would have generated, this system on Friday generated $1,442 worth of profits. The profit factor is 300%, 3 times more likely to win than lose on any entry. Our expectancy is $133. Every time one prints, that's what we're expecting in profit. Very, very, very large system. So this was smart momentum. A lot of marks on that chart, huh? This was smart momentum, type 2 cycling Again, what Rob Mitchell said was the key to his ability to become the largest Emini trader in the world. Now, let's look at Thursday right quick because I've got a few more minutes. Oh, and before I leave this, let me mention this. We're having a webinar Wednesday, the 29th, January 29th at 4:30 p.m. East Coast time in the United States. It'll be between 45 to 55 minutes in length. We'll start exactly at 4:30 and we'll be as brief and concise as we can be. Maybe a little shorter than that since we're going to talk about smart momentum and ultimate trend identification system and why we were so dadgum sure that the market was going to sell off, why we were looking for down structure reads, and how we can find a discounted entry to be on the right side of range expansion most of the time for our members. So let's slide over and look at Thursday right quick. It has a nice reversal in it. If you follow our work, you know we are very favorable to the ES selling off on Thursday morning. So we were excited to get this. This is let me draw this even from here. These are easier to see for most people for teaching purposes. We had a lot of errors right here. We were very excited again because we had down structure break before the open. The market comes up just like it did on Friday, gives us a nice type 2 entry right here. It's got some other factors that are saying this is a pretty good spot to look at, and away we go. So we don't have to recap that. You can decide if these areas would be advantageous to your trading or not. There's a sell entry. It turns into a buy. Here's a buy. We have this low, and you can see TTO dot, smart momentum dot here, higher in price structure, deeper cycling, telling us what? A large up move's on the way, and here's a large up move. So that was a buy. We had our next buy here. It's unfortunate we didn't have one here, but we did. There's nothing there. So now the market gets a little confused, as it will do from time to time. We have a slider type 2 right here. It went down 2 points. It's not very good. And then it reversed. And here we have this type 2, looks exactly like this situation here. Market goes up 6 points. Reverses down 5 and takes off. The market goes up 6 points, reverses down 5 and takes off. And we get entry signals a few ticks from the bottom on both of these moves. And then we have another brilliant signal here. It's a trap trader oscillator is saying that we're good to go up. Smart momentum is saying we're good to go up. We have every indication that we use right here is saying that we're going to go up, up, up through the end of the day. So that was Thursday, and we had this signal that didn't work very well. It went down a couple of points and recycled and went down another one. There wasn't much here, to be honest with you. A couple of points there, not a lot, but a really nice move here and a really nice move here. So we had 3, 1, 2, 3 really nice moves, and then 1, 2, 3 more that went 2 or 3 points in our favor. So we spent all of Thursday and all of Friday managing winning trades. So that's the recap from Friday the 24th, and we looked at Thursday using smart momentum and type 2 divergence. Rob Mitchell said his overall key to his success in trading. For more information, questions, if you want to come join us, visit stuckindextradingroom.com. At the end of that short informative video, there will be a coupon code for a really nice discount. If you have questions, email us support@stuckindextradingroom.com, and then come join us Wednesday carve out 45 minutes of your trading time. I always will offer a suggestion for all traders that can benefit regardless of what their belief in the market is. We trade structure, and I will offer something, whether you decide you want to join us or not. I like to offer something of benefit for you spending your time with us. So on behalf of World Cup trading champion Rob Mitchell, all the members of the Stock Index Trading Room, thanks for taking time to look at this. We want you to come join us and benefit from this experience. And we wish you all the best in your trading.